Hi, welcome. This is slow, clear English for passive listening. I'll speak gently and explain as we go. Have you ever heard the expression, money doesn't grow on trees? Keep that phrase in mind because we'll return to it at the end. Today we are talking about a question that sounds simple but is actually quite uncomfortable. Does money really matter? Most people will quickly say money isn't everything, and technically they are right. Money cannot guarantee happiness, love, good health, or peace of mind. But at the same time, it is difficult to pretend that money does not influence almost every part of our lives. It affects where we live, what we eat, how we travel, and what opportunities are available to us. It can determine whether we receive medical treatment immediately or whether we delay it because the cost feels too heavy. It affects the jobs we accept, the risks we are willing to take, and sometimes even the relationships we remain in. So perhaps the real answer is not simply that money matters or does not matter. Maybe the more honest answer is money matters greatly, but it should not become the only thing that matters. First, we need to acknowledge something obvious. Money is essential for survival. We should not romanticize financial struggle by pretending that people can simply remain positive and everything will be fine. Positive thinking cannot pay an electricity bill. Gratitude does not replace groceries. And telling someone that money cannot buy happiness is not especially comforting when that person is wondering how to pay their rent. Having enough money for food, housing, transportation, education, and healthcare creates stability. Without that stability, even a small problem can become overwhelming. When money is limited, people are not only dealing with the problem itself, they are also constantly calculating. Can I afford this? What can I delay? What do I need to sacrifice? What happens if something else goes wrong? That mental pressure is exhausting. It is difficult to focus on personal growth, creativity, or long term goals when your brain is occupied with basic survival. So, yes, money matters because financial security gives us breathing room. It does not solve every problem, but it can prevent many problems from becoming emergencies. However, the question becomes more complicated once our basic needs are met. How much is enough? There is nothing wrong with wanting comfort. Money can also create freedom. It may allow you to leave a harmful workplace, continue your education, help your family, or take time to recover when you are sick. It can give you choices, and sometimes having choices is one of the greatest forms of comfort. The problem begins when comfort quietly turns into comparison. You may be completely satisfied with your life until you see what someone else has. Social media makes this especially difficult because it gives us constant access to other people's highlights. After enough scrolling, it may feel like everyone is progressing faster than we are. It becomes a race, but no one clearly explains where the finish line is. And sometimes we are not even chasing the things we genuinely want. We are chasing the appearance of success. This is where money can become connected to self-worth. A high salary may make someone feel intelligent, respected, or important. A low salary may make another person feel unsuccessful even when they are hardworking and responsible. But income is influenced by many factors. It can depend on location, industry, family background, education, opportunity, timing, and even luck. A person's salary does not provide a complete measurement of their effort, character, or value. Maybe you have worked for years, but your savings still seem small. In those moments, Money no longer feels like a practical tool. It begins to feel like evidence that you are not doing enough. That is a dangerous belief. Another reason money never seems to feel sufficient is something known as the hedonic treadmill. The idea is simple. When our income or lifestyle improves, we feel happy for a while, but eventually we adjust to the improvement and it becomes normal. The salary that once felt exciting becomes ordinary. The new apartment becomes simply the place where we live. The item we desperately wanted becomes another object in the room. Then we search for the next improvement, a better phone, a larger house, a more expensive holiday, another promotion. You may reach every target and still feel behind because the target keeps moving. That is why it is helpful to ask, what am I actually trying to achieve? Do I want more money because I need security? Do I want freedom? Do I want to support people I care about? Or do I simply want other people to believe that I am successful? Those goals may look similar from the outside, but they feel very different internally. If your happiness depends on being ahead of everyone else, you may never feel peaceful. So how should we think about money? Perhaps we should treat it as a tool, a powerful and necessary tool, but still a tool. Money can help us build safety, create opportunities, and support the people we love, but a tool should serve our values. Our values should not serve the tool. This means earning responsibly, spending intentionally, and understanding why certain financial goals matter to us. It also means being honest. Sometimes we genuinely need more money, not because we are materialistic, but because our current income does not cover our needs. There is no shame in wanting a higher salary or searching for better opportunities. There is also no shame in feeling tired of financial pressure. Money problems can be emotionally painful, especially when you are doing your best and still struggling. Financial success is important, but so are patience, resilience, kindness, health, and time. A meaningful life usually contains a combination of these things, not just a large bank balance. So, does money really matter? Yes. It matters when bills need to be paid. It matters when an emergency happens. It matters when you want choices, stability, and freedom. Pretending otherwise would be unrealistic. But money is not the complete answer to life. The goal is not to ignore money. The goal is to respect it without worshipping it. Now, let's return to the expression from the beginning. Money doesn't grow on trees. It means that money is limited, difficult to earn, and should be used carefully. So, spend your money wisely, but spend your life wisely too, because your value will always be greater than the number written on your paycheck. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.